My name is Christian Rencken. I'm a cyber intelligence analyst here at Digital Shadows, and I've been here since September of 2016. Basically what I do is I listen to what needs to be listened to according to my clients on the open, dark, and deep web, and I give them the relevant information they need based on what is said out there in the cyberspace. Growing up, it was all things international. I was very interested in that, so that's what I gravitated towards in college. And because of the nature of cyber, it really doesn't follow any strict human domains. So that has a very global presence wherever you are. What is happening to certain companies could be coming from down the street. It could also be coming from Russia. It doesn't matter. But understanding the incentives of different parts of the world really helps piece together this giant puzzle of what's happening with these cyber operations, what's happening with cyber espionage. Kind of just gives you a better idea of what's happening to our clients and what could happen to our clients. My favorite experience working in Intel is I was on a threat panel call for about a month with a client of ours, and we were going over what the problems we saw from a cyber operational standpoint, and the dangers to that around a certain event that was going on. And what happened was there was quite a large incident that occurred, and for the preceding 2 weeks of that, we were trying to figure out who did it and if they'll do it again. And so on the last day of the event, there were 8 of us on the call, and all 7 other security analysts spoke up about who they thought it was, and all 7 of them were in agreement of the same threat actor. So I went last and went with what I truly believed, and I disagreed with all of them, gave my points, and what ended up happening was 2 days later, it turned out that I was right. Every morning from Monday to Friday, I'll get a report sent to me that's about 15 to 25 pages long that goes over current events, in specific what's happening with cybersecurity and cyber intelligence. So that kind of freshens my mind and gets me ready for the day. And one thing that I gave a try to, just because I heard this from a different, more experienced cyber intelligence analyst of about 30 years, was to give meditating a try, just because of how important it is to have such an open mind about things. So I really try to kind of take out the emotional side of this and look at my job as objectively as I can.
I'd say that recently the most significant cybersecurity trend has been the different ways to monetize off of cryptocurrency related campaigns, but I predict this to start to slow down as we see the decrease of cryptomania. However, going forward from here, I'd say that collectively we need to be most aware of the continued influences on the United States elections coming up in November. This one is particularly interesting to me because for something like this, the idea of new TTPs doesn't apply like it would within organizations, because this isn't something that you can just fix with a simple patch.
Favorite quirk about the people? Easy. It's incredibly global. Digital Shadows, I haven't actually done this yet, but I really want to. I kind of want to compile and see where everyone's from and get a list of how many countries all the employees are from. But it's got to be like high 20s, low 30s or something. It's really interesting. And so because of that, people will bring such interesting backgrounds, such interesting storylines. And because of the nature of the job, because we see so much going on, that kind of induces this constant conversation about interesting topics, and having people with interesting backgrounds makes that much better. The most important thing in my mind, hands down, is just be open-minded and be very willing to be wrong. I think having humility in this job is incredibly important. I've said this before, where the percentage chance you have to be right according to where you are in the company, because of the amount of variables that go on with the nature of intelligence, are far less than a mathematical position or more of a financial position, because there's much more math and finite truths behind it. Where in intelligence, you get very good at guessing based on what you've seen, which gives a lot of kind of opportunity for error. So nobody's perfect, and if you keep an open mind and you have humility and you're very willing to be wrong, those are the most important qualities for a job like this.